I just noticed this the other day. I didn't think they were going to be overly aggressive with the pricing on the Fire Tab 8 this year, only because it just came out, the refreshed version. But then I double-checked the price, and I noticed a lot of people were commenting on older Fire Tab videos, and I realized they were being aggressive. $54.99 on this guy, the new one for 2022. And I will say this. I will stick with my original assessment that if you have the 2021, you do not need to spend money again and buy the 2022 one. I understand it's tempting. The only thing that I'd see as a real benefit of that is you reset the clock on service, so you get an extra 2 years of support back, because they do support them for 4 and 5 years, so you will reset the clock on that. But otherwise, performance-wise, display-wise, charging-wise, I don't think you're getting a lot of an upgrade to justify spending even that amount of money, $54. Keep that wallet in your pocket. Use it on another gift for the holiday. But if you don't have one of these, if you're thinking about a gift for somebody in your life, if you want a kid to have a first tablet, if you have one of these that's pre-2020, then this one at that price is absolutely the one to get. The counter I see to this device a lot, and people say it forcefully, and they say it with confidence, and they say it like they believe it, is that this is a trash deal, and that you should be getting the Samsung Tab 7, the A7 Lite. I had a chance to, I can't do a review of it on this channel because it's the Android Police unit that I got, but I did a written review for Android Police that's going to be coming out. And I'll tell you this, that thing on sale is $110. You want to say the viewing experience is a little bit better because it's 8.7 inches, so it goes out a little bit wider. They put that in the widescreen. There's less noticeable black bars on content, so Netflix, Twitch, and stuff looks a little bit better. That's fine. But as far as performance goes, even with the extra gig of RAM that that device has, these are neck and neck. And as far as the color temperature of the device, the colors, I think, are more vibrant on the Amazon Tab than they are on the Samsung Tab. I personally think it's neck and neck. And then when you factor the price in, the fact that the Samsung is twice as much, even on sale, as the Amazon Tab, then you really come back to this. The Samsung has nice build quality. Love the glass, love the metal, love the aluminum back, love the weight of it. That's fine. But if you're giving it to a kid, if you're bringing it around, if you're taking it to class, if you're bringing it to a library to get work done, then you're looking at something that's going to show damage. It's going to get beat up. It's going to get dented. These are plastic. They're made to be bumped around. They're made to be thrown, kind of a bend, don't break scenario on the build quality here. So you really have to understand and determine what's important to you, and then look at that and see which one is best. I think performance-wise, though, they're neck and neck. And if you could spend half as much money, then you pick this guy up. And the other great thing about the Fire OS and Amazon is some people look at this as a negative, okay? But one of the great things is you're going to get that 5 years of support here, and they don't give you the latest and greatest that Android has to offer. This will be running Fire OS 8 now for probably 3 or 4 years. And you're not going to get a lot of the enhancements of Android. You're not going to get a lot of the upgrades. But because of that, you're going to understand that it's going to maintain a baseline of performance. The performance that you get today on an Amazon tablet is most likely the performance you're going to get next year and the year after that. So you can understand what you're getting. And people who have them for years, go ahead and leave that comment in the comment section, because you know it to be true. The Samsung tablets, I have not had that experience in the past, because it's going to get Android 13, it's going to get Android 14, full versions, new features, and that's going to bog it down and hinder performance over time, because it's not that powerful. So I like the fact that Amazon on these less expensive tablets keeps it at a minimum baseline performance that you're going to have and that you can expect for years and years to come. A lot like what Apple does. I understand some people don't like that. It's not for them. That's fine. For me, it works. You can have Apple where these older devices are supported. Same thing with these Amazon tablets. And let's look at the experience that you get, the actual app performance. Let's pull up Instagram. It takes a second. You're going to need to give it a moment to load in. But once you do that, you're looking at a pretty nice Instagram experience, especially in comparison to other tablets. Not a lot of lag here. I like it. You know, when it pulls up video and reels, it's going to stutter for a second. But overall, I don't think it's going to hinder your experience. I like it quite a bit. I'll pull up the Twitter experience. You're going to notice a bit more lag there, only because Twitter across any Android distribution lags a little bit. But it still is not going to completely hinder your experience of Twitter. You're still going to be able to get a decent Twitter experience and enjoy it and experience it. And same goes for Facebook, all for $54. Where this shines, and we'll pull up some games, the Panda Pop, like I haven't before. I really think that these Candy Crush type games are the sweet spot of gaming for your Fire tab. You don't want to do a lot with terms of graphically intensive games, but if you want to play something that's a bit more robust, you can, because you could pull up Amazon Luna, and I'll link the video at the end of this video where you can see it working. I believe I have it working on the Fire Tab 7, which is even more impressive because that's a lower powered device, cheaper device. But the Amazon Luna app for video game streaming works really well. Smooth, no frame drop. Of course, the cloud's doing all the heavy lifting as far as the rendering is concerned. It's just streaming to here. But it gives a really great experience. And I love this display, love the contrast, love how bright it gets now compared to the ones pre-2020. This is a completely different display. You have the wireless, you have the wired USB-C charging. You have expandable memory if you need to, because I know it gets a little light on there with the 32 gigs. 2 gigs of RAM gets you a lot further than you think when the OS is optimized and they don't overload it with stuff you don't need, I think is the bottom line when you're talking about one of these. But overall, fantastic deal. You're going to get all your Kindle stuff, your Prime Video. You're going to get all those integrations, Amazon Kids. Silk Browser's okay. Audible works fine on it. Kindle app works fine for those extended media stuff. If you buy a book that has pictures and stuff, you could flip through those magazines. If you're buying a daily newspaper subscription, I think this works well. But overall, these are one of the ones that you're going to have to deal with the YouTube app, which I've pulled up before in another video. That it works okay. It works okay. It's not great. Let me make sure there's no content that's not supposed to be on here or somebody else's content, because I usually put my own content on here. Well, yeah, you can see this is just the front page of YouTube. It works. It works just fine. You can pull up stuff. You can watch video. It doesn't hinder your YouTube experience. It's not the full app. You're not going to get all the features that you would with the regular Google app. But if you're into stuff like that, and you can look up a video, you can sideload the Play Store on here and get Google Apps on here with little difficulty. There's about 3 or 4 steps you need to do, and you'll be able to do that, and you're using full Google Apps, and you have a pretty full Android tablet if you want it. But if you don't, and you're just using the Amazon ecosystem, just want something to take to work with you, just want something to take to class with you, maybe take notes, be able to look up stuff, watch content at night, you're going to get that 10 hours of battery life watching video on here. It's power efficient because it's not that powerful. And when you package that in with the deal of $54, speakers on the top aren't awful. You get stereo speakers, 2 firing. They get loud enough. They don't totally distort, which is good. Volume up and down, and then headphone jack, all right? Because the Bluetooth works better than it has in the past. Their codec is improved, but if you need that headphone jack, you've got it there, and then you have the expandable storage with the micro SD. Great package for $54. If it's a gift, if it's a tablet, if it's your first tablet, if you need something for the bedroom, if you need something, or an Amazon show where you set it up in your kitchen and you have it logged into, or you have it plugged in rather to USB-C, and you have it put there for recipes and everything. There's a lot of stuff that you could do with this, controlling your entertainment, controlling your lighting. There's a lot of things you could do with these for cheap, and that's, to me, what you want. You want good value. I want value in my tablets, and this provides it. And when you think about the performance and the fact that it matches, in some ways bests the Samsung device for half the money, you got to give Amazon credit. Give them credit where credit is due. If you've made it this far, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Until next time, have that Steve-licious day.